GLive.
Hello,
Woo!
hello, and welcome back to GLive Game Night. I'm back.
Woo! Duane's here.
Uh, I'm here. How was your solo flight nung
Okay
Monday?
naman. So we're the strong independent stream, as we
I
called
I
it.
was I was later in the evening. Pero yes, welcome back to GLive Game Night. We are your hosts Willow and Duane. Now that
Yo.
I'm back, I'm doing the highs and hello. So hi and hello everyone. If you're in the chat, say hi, hello. Uh, Kumusta? Ano pa bang mga greetings? Any greeting that you want, we would love to hear it because we are fun-loving people and we love friends. Um, we are currently streaming on YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can click like and subscribe, hit the notification button so you can get awesome content from us. We are also streaming on Facebook. So that's two
Yeah.
platforms. Two platforms pa lang. Maybe soon dadagdagan natin yan. But if you're watching us on Facebook, please share the stream to your friends, to your family, to
Yes.
your high school classmate na rare ka lang imbitahan para mag-coffee. Ang
Yeah, do that.
specific, no?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And tonight we have a special show. This is near and dear to Willow's heart because we are going to do a tier ranking list of
Yeah. Yeah.
unmatched.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you're
Medyo
in
pasabog ang ano yan. Parang ganito siguro like if Willow is into something full force, like parang Kebs na viticulture, your old
Hindi naman.
news there.
Hindi naman.
Kidding.
But
We
but
still
you
love
know,
the videos.
madali lang talaga to get into Unmatched. Like I saw Nathan's post in GLive Game Night, and I wanted to share with you guys also. I think it started no All Aboard XP. We shared Unmatched, and people were like, "Oh, ang daling to get into the game, and also ang daling ituro sa mga tao." So I said, this is a great tool to get people into board gaming, lalo na for those who plays video games. Tapos parang okay, madali lang maglaro ng board games. But yeah, if you're on stream now, please do say hi, say hello. Also share the stream. We also do have a question of the stream. Our question of the stream, it medyo unmatched themed yung stream natin tonight, but the question of the stream tonight is who do you want to see enter the Unmatched roster? Since madaming actually sobrang dami ng characters ngayon with even with Marvel IP and all of these IPs that they're buying. Who do you want to see enter the ring and battle it out? There's also a lot of open license characters or even mga Filipino characters. I saw in my post a while ago si Paolo. I think
Paolo.
that was Paolo. Paolo said he's trying to make a I forgot. 13 Alexandria and the Kambal. Let us know in the comments below who do you want to see enter the ring of Unmatched, and maybe a map that you want to see. Quiapo, parang ganon. Quiapo Church. So that let us know. But yes, please do say hi in the chat below. It's a little bit more but it'll teach you what Unmatched is, and then I'll teach you guys what the characters do and why they're good or why they're not so good. In my opinion, this is honestly mostly my opinion kasi Duane has not played a bunch of Unmatched yet. Yeah.
I haven't played yet.
So
Ayaw pa ako ni Willow turuan.
no, but if you do want a chance to play or learn the game with a really cool community, we're gonna have a Unmatched game day in Shangri-La this Friday. People are asking what time. I'll be there around lunchtime, and then we'll play until like closing. You guys can bring also other board games if you guys want to play that. Tambay lang tayo. Let's just play Unmatched. We can play other board games also. We can just talk about board games, and then yeah, let's have a real GLive game night. We can also stream from there. Maybe I can stream to Facebook from
Ooh.
there, so you guys can see who are playing and who are not. Yeah. So
Yes.
yeah. Let's say hi, Sabani Sam Muhu, Unmatched tier list. Let's go. And Sabani Sam, hi guys, by the way. Yan. So please do share it with your friends para mag-hi din sila sa amin. And yeah, I just want to make things a little bit clear for Unmatched. I have not played, I think there's two sets that I haven't played. It's Hell's Kitchen, and which is the Marvel, no, and the Buffy. So, and yung T-Rex, you would count that. Sige, the T-Rex then. But those three sets I have not played, but the rest I have played a bunch of times. So we shall talk about those. Yun lang din yung mati-tier list ko. If I have not played the character a lot, I will not put it in the tier list. And this tier list is just my opinion, not like the competitive meta. This is just me and how I think the game how the character is strong in the game. So yan. Gino, yes, Unmatched, fearless, I mean tier list. Sam says, for licensed character, I want to see the ladies from Motherland Fort Salem. Alternatively, Clone Club main 4 is si Sarah, Allison, Cosina, and Helena. I don't know who those are. Who are those? Ano, Duane?
Clone Club is from the hit TV series Orphan Black.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's cool. Nice.
And Sam is the one who recommended that show to me, and I'm like, sobrang ganda. And fun fact, that show featured a lot of board games. Like in that game, they had Agricola, Dead of Winter,
awesome.
and interestingly enough, in that TV show, parang the game has some parallelism with the story. So it's not just like
that's so
decoration.
cool.
So parang smart, very smart.
Very smart. Hello, Mochis and Meeple. Hello, welcome to the stream. Thank you for dropping by. This is Abigail and Eman. If you guys want to see some unboxing and reviews, please do check those out. Their channel and YouTube, Mochis and Meeples. Also, hello, Abigail. There you are. Welcome to the stream. Yeah. So, yeah. It's a little bit more niche yung ano natin, yung stream natin tonight, but because we like Unmatched, we shall do it. But yeah, quickly before we start doing the tier list, I shall kind of teach how Unmatched is kind of played. But just so you guys know what Unmatched is and why we're doing the tier list, Unmatched is a fighting game. It's a 1v1, mostly competitively, fighting board game. Very tactical. Parang ni-revive nila yung two games actually. That's Tannhauser for the line of sight system, and the other one is Star Wars Epic Duels for the card system, which are really good games, and medyo outdated lang sila. Restoration Games turned it into Unmatched, which is really nice kasi mas madami characters and more easier actually to play than the other two. Yeah. So the game is played. The goal of the game is basically to kill your opponent. That's it. There are only 3 actions in the game. It's maneuver, which is getting a card and moving; to attack, which is playing a card and attacking; and to scheme, which is playing a power and basically playing a card and doing its power. Very simple game. Of course, there's this may mga action keywords lang siya, but basically that's the whole game, and your goal is basically just be the last man standing. That's Unmatched. And it's a really good system, and I would say one of the best fighting systems currently now sa board gaming. Very high but yes. Sabri Gershwin, any Capcom character sana for licensed character, bring MVC to Unmatched. You know what? It's not far that they're gonna do it, honestly.
Marvel versus Capcom.
Not far.
Magura. Oh!
I've seen
Mga
fan-made Capcom characters. So, hindi siya malayo. And people are submitting fan-made decks. And ang maganda rin sa Unmatched, they're really open to like making a set from fan-made characters, which is nice. I think the next set would be Houdini and Genie, which is the winners of the fan-made competition that they made. So, excited for that.
Houdini
Yeah.
and Genie.
Yeah. Arnel said Unmatched WillowCon. Let's go. It's Unmatched Con. It's a game day. But yeah, bakbakan lang tayo. Kwentuhan tayo dun. Sam says, Gershon on the right track, having characters from fighting games would be awesome. Soul Calibur or Bloody Roar, bet ko. I mean, yes.
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 I would
Yes.
say yes.
Yes.
Anything na ganun. But it's also cool to see like non-fighting characters fight in Unmatched. Like a couple of these actually characters currently in the lineup. Surprisingly, very very nice. But yeah, sige, I guess we're gonna start. We're gonna use basically a tier maker and then ilalagay natin sila sa tier. Good thing there is a ready set already. May iba tayong hindi ipapasok dito like the Alice and Hell's Kitchen, but the rest will put it in.
What? You haven't played Alice?
No, I mean, sorry, what did I say? Buffy. I'm sorry, Buffy. Buffy and Hell's Kitchen. There you go. Okay, I think we're gonna start with. Do we go alphabetical? Or
Up
do we
to
just
you.
go through this? No, you know what? Let's go through volume 1 and then yung
Volume 1,
pag-release.
volume 2.
Yeah, pag-release ng game. So yung game mismo nag-release.
Pag-release.
So let's put these guys up here. See, where's King Arthur? Put Robin Hood here. Okay, we're just gonna move it up a bit. But yeah, let us know if you do enjoy Unmatched. And yan. Sige. There you go. Sabi ni Abigail, I want to see anime characters in Unmatched as well, like Hisoka and even Lloyd from Spy X Fam. I mean, it's as long as they allow it, why not, diba? Yeah. Ang daming
Mga
powers na
Hunter
pwedeng gawin.
Hunter.
If
Oh
you-
no, anime characters. Wala, it's over.
Yeah.
It's a rabbit hole of amazing characters.
Ang maganda rin kasi sa Unmatched, you don't just get like the fighter, but you get like awesome art. You also get that really cool miniature that they put out. So, yeah. Michael says, hey, nalimutan ko na mas stream pa lang ngayon, di pa ako nakakatulog. Oh no, you can pampatulog yung voice namin. Just put it on. But thank you for dropping by.
Talaga. We're gonna use our bedroom voice right now, Michael, so that you can get your Z's. ASMR version.
Jeb says Unmatched Ash versus Misty versus Brock. I mean, imagine a Pokemon deck. Not far. Wow.
Pokemon
if you guys
Unmatched?
pwede. Saya, I hope they do get that license, no? Imagine like Pikachu, tapos when they get like super powered, they can evolve. I don't know. Something like that. Madaming fan made I think someone made a Aang from Avatar. Ang ganda ng powers na ginawa niya. So
yeah. Avatar, Last Airbender.
Yeah.
Isn't there a pro bending board game?
Yeah, there is. The arena board game.
So it's like Bolin and Avatar Korra.
Yeah. That one. Gino says, or RuPaul drag queens in Unmatched. I don't get that. Imagine, yung faint lang nila, nag-ano lang sila. Dance. Titles ng songs, yung cards nila.
But they're gonna lip sync for their lives.
Yeah. Sabi ni Michael, ako Unmatched Mortal Kombat pangarap ko. It's not far off. Not far.
Unmatched Mortal Kombat.
So yeah, I think we're gonna start, and I think we're gonna start with our friend Alice from the first set. Alice, if you guys don't know, is from Alice in Wonderland. One of the characters I would say na ang cool na biglang may fighting ano siya. Biglang fighting siya. Not a non-fighting character becomes a fighting character. But Alice, you know what? I'm gonna open some so I can show you I can show you the miniature and the card back, but just for Dwayne's sake then.
Yay! Open! 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 Open!
Wait lang.
I saw that during your stream no Monday. That is photo case, right?
Photo boxes. Yeah.
Photo
16
box.
of them. But here you go. This is Alice. Alice. There you go. Big sword. And ang sidekick niya is actually the Jabberwock, which is a very strong character in Unmatched. And her specific power basically is she can turn big and she can turn small depending on the card that she takes. And she has like schemes like eat the cupcake, she's gonna turn big. Drink the tea, she's gonna turn small. Something like that. And her power there is when she is big, she adds +2 to her attack. Which is very, very strong. And when she is small, since she's harder to hit, she is harder to hit. So she has +1 defense. That's basically her power. Jabberwock, a top tier sidekick also. But I think para quick tayo tonight, Alice, I would say, just because the timing is very hard on her turning big and turning small. If it's done really well, it's very strong, but it's difficult. So I'm gonna have to put her kind of in the high mid tier category. She's really strong if you get used to the timing, but if you can't do it properly and hindi mo magawa yung attacking when big and staying defensive when small, it's gonna be really a bad time for you. That's the of Alice. Let us know pala in the chat if you have comments on characters like these. Yeah. And if you don't agree with
disagree, just say, Willow, you're wrong.
This is my personal tier list also. Yeah. Sin, welcome to the stream. Sabi niyo, good evening. Sam says, I wonder for a Pokemon style Unmatched if you can battle trainers, but they have to pick like 3 Pokemon sidekicks during the game. May deck yung trainer and each Pokemon, then you shuffle them together to make the player's deck. Pwede. Make it like Smash Up. Yeah. Paula says Alice is the only base character with a dynamic status tracker component too. Yes. She is I would say one of the more complicated ones from the base box. So, nandun din siya. Yeah. John Fred, welcome to the stream. Sabi niya, Unmatched. Mark Ace Ramos says, OP of them all, Sherlock. We'll get to that. Abigail says, I love the storage. I want that as well, but I still want to get the box when I bring the game. So I'm good at just adoring others' organization. It's just a lot easier. I bring it everywhere kasi, so I had to make a storage solution. Sabi ni Gino, agree. Alice is very circumstantial, but very powerful if timed right. John Fred said, wow, Willow is trying to rank all. Does this include the recent 2 Marvel Unmatched already? I won't be doing Hell's Kitchen because I haven't played it that much. I know how they play, but I want yung experience ko kasi when making a tier list. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll kind of put Alice right there in the high mid tier. She's really strong, really, really strong if timed right. Next one is King Arthur. King Arthur, yung power ni King Arthur is you can do a boost every time you attack. Two things with that. People will know that you're boosting your attack because you're gonna have to play the card face down with King Arthur, so they're gonna have to ready their defense cards for that, and they'll know when you're gonna attack really strong. There's this one card called the Excalibur, which is like 8, I think 8 or 10, 8 lang ata. Yung attack niya, and you can boost that as well. And you have this other card which you can boost that attack also. So double boost, but people will know when to do that. And with characters like characters like Beowulf, Little Red, if or even like Bloody Mary, they can reflect damage. So if they do know you're attacking strong, babalik sa'yo usually yung attack. So I'm gonna have to put King Arthur nasa low tier siya currently. Not bottom tier because if timed right again, everything actually in ano is very circumstantial. If walang defense cards, you can really wham on some people. Yeah.
I like
But
that
yeah.
everything is circumstantial. So
It
parang
really is.
everything.
It really is. It really is.
So I mean that goes to show how parang how balanced and
It is.
how you put the strategy of the player into the game. So
Yeah.
parang it doesn't mean that you're playing a low tier game na parang okay for sure I'm gonna lose against a
Yeah.
high tier character.
Yeah.
It's still with the player that controls it.
Hindi siya bottom tier because I think Merlin is also one of the strongest minions. Malakas yung defense niya, and he can really move around certain characters. So if you're playing actually a 2v2 and you want to set up your teammate for big attacks, you can actually use Merlin a lot. But yeah, not bottom tier but low tier. That's King Arthur. Okay, next one from that batch. Oh, here, there's more comments. Abigail says, so curious to play Alice. Haven't tried that yet. On Friday, we can play if you guys want. Michael also says, defeated me with Alice. Oh, she timed things right then. And Michael agrees na King Arthur is low tier. Although, sabi niya, natalo ko si Kay Ann by using Excalibur. Yeah, if used right, if you swing with the big sword correctly at the right time, then you'll probably kill your opponent. Paulos says, Willow, there's an easy thematic fix for Arthur. Give him an ability based on Le Mort de Arthur, where if he gets killed before Merlin, he can be swapped out, like having a brief extra life. I mean, I think people were putting that in like forums, how to buff certain characters. But for me, if it's not like official by Unmatched, it's really hard to implement it sa game kasi when you're gonna be fighting other players naman, parang wala naman sa official rules. I think there's only one official nerf that I heard of, which is for Ghost Rider, which you can't boost pag may Hellfire. That's the pinaka I heard. Yeah. But yeah, still really strong, but with people reflecting attacks and you being obvious with your attacks, medyo mahirap i-recommend si King Arthur. Woo!
Pero touching on what Paolo said, in any game, for example, you want to implement a house rule, it's very important to talk to the players. So parang if everyone's parang cool with it, go for it. It's your game. You can have fun. If you feel that you really, really love this character, but you feel it's parang not at par with the other characters, implement the quick fixes or the mini boosts that you can do. But very important to talk to your group before implementing any house rule or rule change that you want to implement. In Magic, there's like session 0, also in D&D, where you talk how you want to go through the game.
Yeah.
Right.
John Fred said, bilis maubos ng cards ni Arthur pag puro attack. Yeah, that's one of the things. A mechanic in Unmatched is if ubos na yung cards mo and you have to draw a card, instead of drawing a card, you're gonna have -2 health, which sucks your life. And 2 health is a lot in Unmatched. So, pag naubos na yung cards mo, when you keep boosting, then it's gonna be pretty hard. Okay, sige. Next one, I think, is Medusa. Medusa, straight up, I'm gonna say, is a top tier si Medusa, lalo na from the box. Straight up, she was the strongest one in the volume 1. Michael says Medusa is high. I would say top. She also has her passive ability. Her basic ability is if she starts a turn in a zone and you're there, she can damage you for 1. She can choose one of your opponents. Basically, you're gazing at her and she kind of sees you. So, madadamage ka ng 1. And in certain maps, sobrang lakas niya. She can use her harpy. She has three harpies to block other people from going to you, lalo na for melee attacks. And since she's ranged, she can see you from afar. So if a certain map has a 3-zone area, if you stay there, it's pretty strong. You hit them one at the start of your turn, and then you attack them, and they can't go near you unless they kill your harpy. So that's one of the strongest actually, si Medusa. And then yes, we have to talk that solid 8 damage if you won the battle. So she has a card. It's a 2 attack, and it has a after combat, which is if you won the combat, the opponent takes 8 damage. It's really, really strong. So kung hindi siya na defend, or if they defended with a 1 or a non-fate card, then a big solid 8 damage. Yeah. So I would say top tier Medusa, one of the strong ones out there. Gino says, yes, agree with Medusa, can be insanely OP depending on the map. Yeah. There you go. Nice. I'm feeling confident with my tier list. Wala naman nag-ano. Next one is wala pa naman. Next one is Sinbad. Sinbad, I would have to put, this one is Sinbad is above Alice. So he's high tier. The thing with Sinbad lang is you really need to get your journey cards early. So you're gonna have to use the sidekick porter to keep getting cards. Yung passive niya, his ability is basically, for every journey card that you have in your discard pile, you add 1 movement to your supposedly, I think 2. From 2, then you'll go up to 6, depende if you have a lot of journey cards. And there are cards there that you have +1 attack per journey card that you have. So very, 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 very strong. If you get your journey cards early. Pag wala yung journey cards mo, and for some weird reason nasa bottom of the deck yung journey cards mo, then you're kind of that's the only thing here. But if you do get like 2 journey cards in like 2-3 turns, you're kind of set for the game. You're really strong. He has also these cards na when he has these attack cards na he moves after he attacks, so you can attack and then move away. That's basically his thing. He's very mobile. He's like a ninja. He attacks and then moves away. So yeah. And si Sinbad, yung no area in the map is safe. Kasi even if nasa dulo ka ng map and nasa dulo rin si Sinbad, since his max move I think is like 6 or 7, tas he can boost that pa, he's gonna reach you for sure. So yeah, very, very strong. So if you play Sinbad and you get like 2 journey cards at your first draw, then you're kind of set for like half of the game. Very strong. Yeah. So high tier tayo sa kanya. Stronger than Alice, I would say, because Alice may max lang siya na parang okay, +2 attack. Okay, +2 defense. But Sinbad can add kasi like +4 attack. Yeah. So yeah. Woo. Sabi ni Gino, have a meeting now, FOMO for today and Friday. It's okay. You can rewatch this if you want. And pwede ka humabol sa Friday if you want. Paulo says, Sinbad, #team Kaladkaren, team Lagare. Yeah, that's true. That's his shebang. You run, you go back away so that they can't attack you. Yeah. Michael says, kakachempo ko dun sa 8 damage na yon. Nasabihan tuloy ako sa Unmatched community na bulag daw si Medusa dun sa game namin. Yeah. Yun lang. Gino said, Sinbad, my gold digger. More discard, more power. Yeah, that's if you have that journey card, it's very, very, very strong talaga. Janfred said, balance pa naman kahit high tier to low tier. Top tier is super dia though. You need to use top tier or counter hero, but usually it's top tier versus top tier. Range hero so far feels too strong. Medusa and Yenenko. Meron pang isa. Let's add to that later. Michael says, agree, situational talaga si Sinbad. Yeah, I mean all of these are situational. Hoping parang you're playing a chance game na parang okay, I'm gonna get these certain cards early so that I would win the battle early. Something like that. Paolo said it's cool that they chose Sinbad because that could easily have been fluffed as Odysseus with Telemachus. Sorry, I can't say certain words. As his minion, and it would have Telemachus, yeah. It would have fit the same general mechanics. So, yeah. Cool nga Sinbad kasi I did like Sinbad, the movie, yung animated movie before. So I like seeing him here. Sabi ni Sam, di ko pa nalalaro Volume 2 characters, interested to see how these rank. Oh, okay. Wait a bit. Okay. Next up, I think the next one they released is Bigfoot and Robin Hood. So we'll do that. But basically, Bigfoot is high tier. Just because here's the reason. But let me tell his power pala. His power is basically if you end your turn in a zone without any other opposing fighters, you draw a card. So basically, you're hiding because you're Bigfoot, because you're non-existent. Parang ganun siya. Yeah. The reason why he's high tier, I think he's one of the only characters who has 6 or 7 feints. Feints in Unmatched is very strong. Feints are cards that you play in defense or in attacks that cancels all the powers in the other person's cards. So having that alone, Bigfoot is really strong. Plus, Jackalope being a Bigfoot and Jackalope being a anti-minion character. So if he is against the likes of like Robin Hood or the likes of Medusa, you can really clear these minions one HP minions really quickly. Plus, bigger than life. If you guys don't know that card, it's a 6 damage card. So yeah, so high tier, not top tier though, kasi there are times na you don't get those feints, and there are times na parang feeling mo kulang ka ng attacks with Bigfoot. You get into position with Bigfoot because you can pass through characters also, but minsan kulang. Yun lang, minsan kulang. But really high. If I was to put him like in the high tier, like top of the high tier, next one is yung kabox niya, which is Robin Hood, and I would have to say that Robin Hood is also a high tier character. He's basically a budget model of Medusa. Same ranged siya, plus his outlaws are melee, but the outlaws are 4 instead of 3, and they do have strong attacks also, like 4 damage cards. Yeah, that's it. His power pala, for everyone out there, is after attacking, he can move that character back 1 space. So if he is basically Robin Hood, he can get into a space with a zone na may kalaban, and then attack, and then after that move away. One space though. So yeah, really strong. Another one that Robin Hood has is yung mga high accuracy, high damage cards. Most of his arrow cards are high damage. So yeah, high tier. What's the next one after is it Beowulf and Little Red or Cobble and Fog? Let's go with Cobble and Fog. I think Cobble and Fog is one that people do know. So this is you and you. Okay. Yeah. Sige, Cobble and Fog. Let's start with Invisible Man. Invisible Man, very interesting character. No minions, but I would have to put him in like low mid tier. Just for the reason that he doesn't have enough attack cards. I don't think he has enough attack cards. He's super defensive, but he and very very mobile, as in a little bit more mobile than Sinbad, but attack cards kulang. There are games na I play and I use Invisible Man and I'm like, I can't do anything because I don't have attack cards. I don't even have versatile cards to attack with. So you depend a lot on his schemes, which if they don't appear in your deck in the right time, it's very hard to do. So yeah, low mid tier. Invisible Man. His power is basically he has fog tokens that he can spread throughout the map, and he can move through these fog tokens like a teleport, which is really strong, really good. The thing is also, if he is on a fog token, his defense is +1. So since you can see him as well, you can't attack him as ano. But movement is there, defense is there, attacking is very low though. So I would have to say Envy Man is there. Yeah. I hope you guys are still watching. We do have a question of the stream. Let me know who do you want to see enter the unmatched battle. But yeah, we're doing a tier list of the character stuff that I currently play. How are you doing? Kamusta naman hearing all of these characters and me knowing their powers?
One, I like the choice of characters. It's from parang uh mythos, legends. So it brings like classic literary characters back to life. So parang if you've read the books, so parang oh my god, yes, I've read them when I was young, like Lewis's Carol, Alice in Wonderland, ganun. Or like the folk heroes of days old. Very, very good. And you can get to parang you can imagine a world if they're fighting against each other.
Yan nga masaya actually.
it's like it's giving me Dissidia. It's giving me
Super Smash Bros.
Yes.
There you go.
Diba parang different characters from different
worlds. Yeah.
Different worlds, yeah. Different multiverses.
Yeah. Michael is asking, Duane, kailan ka mag-unmatched?
I don't know about Willo.
Friday.
Si Willo ang aking ang aking shooter. I think low-key Willo does not want me to learn Unmatched kasi baka if I enter baka parang ano na, new king of the hill. Yabang no, hindi pa naglalaro. Pero it just so happened that every time you want to play, we're playing something else, which is always a good and a bad thing. Parang so many games, so many good games, so little time.
Yeah. Michael says yung mga may IP limited print run lang, once mag-expire yung license di na magpi-print, kaya dapat bili agad. That's true. That's why I'm thinking about getting Buffy, but honestly it's not pushing me to get it because I've seen their powers, and I think when choosing a character that you want to play, you want to be close to it, you want to be familiar with it, and I don't think my group is close to Buffy characters, so yeah.
Maybe if you're like a 90s kid and you've watched Buffy, na parang, yes, I can get to play Buffy. Joss Eden run.
Sabi ni Paolo, Unmatched feels like an Injustice board game without the DC Warner IPs. Yeah, that's basically it. Also, Sam says Willow slandering BTVS. I'm sorry, I have not watched it and I'm not very familiar with it. I know there's a Willow character there. That's all I know. Okay, sige, moving on. Next character, Jekyll and Hyde. Okay. So Jekyll and Hyde, their power is basically you can turn into Jekyll, you can turn into Hyde at the start of your turn. The only thing is if you are Mr. Hyde, when you maneuver, you get -1 health because you are poisoning yourself, which makes sense. Very nice mechanic. You have stronger attacks when you are Mr. Hyde, and very scheme heavy if you are Jekyll. The thing here lang is the timing of this is a bit harder than doing Alice's thing. And I would say, I'm sorry, but Jekyll and Hyde would have to be low tier for me. Um, Meron siyang really really strong attacks, but you'll have to sacrifice 1 HP of your own to maneuver as Mr. Hyde to get that certain attack, unless your opponent ends his turn next to you, which is a very unlikely thing to do in Unmatched. So, pag suntukan na one-on-one, let's say there's a map na dalawa lang yung circle and isang connected lang, tas suntukan lang, go for Mr. Hyde, Jekyll and Hyde. But since Unmatched is not that, I would have to put Jekyll and Hyde in a lower tier list. Yeah, unfortunately. Very hard to combo his mechanic also. Next one is Dracula. Dracula, I would have to put. This is a very personal but I would have to put Dracula in high mid tier. High mid tier. Dracula, his power is if you are next to him at the start of his turn, he heals for 1 and then draws a card. He damages you pala for 1 and then draws a card. Which is very strong. He doesn't heal, sorry. And he has yung minions niya is yung 3
Sucks your blood.
Yeah, basically sucks your blood. Pero adjacency din yung kailangan nun. He has 3 minions, which is the 3 sisters, which are really good kasi that alone he can manipulate the board very well. He's high mid tier because he does have a lot of really good scheme cards. One of which is the Sister Seduction, which you can move an opponent 2 spaces, and if he ends the movement in a zone with other sisters, then yun yung ilang damage yung ito-take ng character na yan. So, very cool. And he can also move a lot. Very good movement. The thing that makes him high mid tier also is his werewolf card. If you guys don't know what the werewolf card is, I think the max for Dracula's attack is the attack card. It's a 4 plus basically 7, so 11 or 10 I think was his max, because you can discard your whole hand to add +1 a card each for +1 attack. And if by any chance it's at the end game and you still have that card and your opponent does not have a defense card, then you can really eat up to like 11 damage, which is really really strong. So yeah, Dracula is high mid tier for me. Abigail said, I played Dracula once and was able to beat 2 of the characters in Cobble and Fog, except for Sherlock. Speaking of Sherlock, we're gonna get into it. Sherlock is a top tier character. Top tier character. He's actually, I think, one of the characters you really don't want to fight against, to be honest. His power is you can't cancel any of his Sherlock and Watson card effects. So if the card is named Sherlock or Watson, it's unfaintable, it's uncancelable. He has any cards, so both of them they can use. But that alone, I told you guys kanina na feints are one of the strongest cards in the game. But since you can't feint Sherlock and Watson, he does a lot of strong things. That's his normal power, and he has a lot of scheme cards, which is very Sherlock. Very Sherlock. I think he has a 2-card combo, which is Investigate, or I forgot the term, but he gets to see your cards. Then he has another card that's called Confirm Suspicion, which he says a number, and if you have that number dun sa hand mo, the boost value of that is the damage you'll take. So imagine that unblockable damage, and he's uncancelable, and Sherlock having Watson's parang very famous card is the revolver, which is a 5 attack na ranged, which is very strong. So I think Sherlock is top tier. Very, very good. Which makes sense. Very smart to see Sherlock in the game. Duane might want to play Sherlock actually. You parang ang Sherlock character, honestly. Let's see. Ivan, welcome to the stream. Sabi niya, was able to try na din at last. I did not win, but definitely enjoyed playing Deadpool. Bruce Lee is S plus for sure. 1 game sample size. You know what? We'll get into it. I'll explain why.
1 game sample size.
Abigail said, my last opponent got killed from my adjacency effect. Oh, my last opponent was Sherlock pala. And you were able to defeat it because of Dracula's adjacency. Oh, okay. Perfect. That was a good play by you then. Ivan said, Shovel Knight din is solid. I exceed pala yun. Have a fun stream. Thank you, Ivan. Welcome to the stream. Sabi ni John Fred, Sherlock top tier, very disruptive. He's one of those that you usually rereads his card since parang anlakas. Yeah. That's Sherlock actually. Paulo answering the GL question, sabi niya, I'd want to add a Darna that shifts into Narda with a ding minion. Darna gets a movement bonus for flight with an attack. Will switch to a Narda for a defense bonus. Then ding as a trickster schemer minion type with multiple feint options. You know what? If you make it, I think we can help you with giving it to unmatched people, and they're really open for that. Yeah.
How about a Mars Ravelo extended universe? So you have Darna, Captain Marvel, Elastic Man. That sounds amazing.
Maganda din yun.
Yeah.
Next one I think we're gonna go for is, hold up. Ilalas natin yung Marvel set.
Lahat ng Marvel set top tier because they're Marvel.
Next one that we're gonna go to is Beowulf and Little Red. Yeah. Okay. Let's start with Beowulf. Beowulf for me, honestly, I'm gonna have to put him low mid tier. His power is basically getting range for every time he is damaged, and then he uses this rage to boost his attacks. Certain cards makes him quite strong. The only thing I don't like about it, honestly, is that you have to take damage to get those, unless you have a certain card, which is very sad, honestly. But I know a lot of people who uses Beowulf really, really strong. I just can't use him that way. So I'm gonna have to put him in a low mid tier for this. Malakas din si Wiglaf, his minion. But I don't think it's enough. I don't like taking damage in Unmatched. 1 or 2 damage is very strong, and for you to take 1 damage just to get 1 rage back is not an ideal thing to do. And I also post in one of his cards pa, you can't heal multiple times, which I asked forums and posted in the community. They corrected me na hindi daw pwede, so you only have to heal once, which is not it's very hard to win as Beowulf. Yun na lang. That's it for me. Not low because he has these reflect cards naman that are really strong also, but I don't think that's enough to like put him higher than low mid tier. Yeah. So there you go, Beowulf. Somebody Abigail. I love Beowulf, but I think Little Red is very OP though. There, we're gonna get to that. It's hard to win with Beowulf. Sabi ni John Fred, I wish an unmatched set na Aliens versus Predators. I also wish same tier sila para masaya paglabanin. You know, I think there's a set
Predators.
There's a fan made one. It's, I think, Aliens versus Darth Vader set. If you see it in the Unmatched community, people are really good at making them. But I do want to get that. Or is it Predators versus Darth Vader? Basta one of those. Aliens and Predators versus Darth Vader. I don't know. John Kenny Rod says, I always play King Arthur. I knew he's low tier character, but pulling a win against top tier heroes using him is very satisfying. If you hit that Excalibur with boost, yun na yun eh. It's just really weird timing. Like pag na-timing mo na wala siyang defense card, that's really good. But yes, I do like playing the low tier characters also. I like playing as Jekyll and Hyde also. Just because I believe that pag na perfect yung timing sa kanya, he's really really strong. But yeah, medyo may ease of play din kasi yung mga tier list natin. So yeah. Sabi ni Abigail, I won recently but with one life remaining. Yeah, see? I mean, it's very very close with Beowulf or you lose. I think that's the ano. And the kalaban,
You're using life as a resource. Parang
yeah, life is too big of a resource to give up just to get on a rage. That's just me. But with also Beowulf having only how many pa? Hindi ko na pala napakita yung minis, but
isa lang, si Alice lang. I wonder kung nung favorite na character ni Willow. Chat, guess natin. Ano yung favorite character ni Willow out of based sa how he talks about?
But Beowulf only has 17 HP. He's one of the HP heavy ones, but I mean, trying to get 2 cycles of rage, then you'll -6, so you effectively have 11 HP. So not the best thing. Yeah. Okay. Next is Little Red, and I would have to say Little Red is top tier. OP. He's my favorite. She's my favorite. Not only because of her power, but also because of her theme. Na very, very cool. I mean, you see Little Red fighting against like Medusa. Isn't that cool? But her mechanic is very very unique. She has a basket, basically her discard pile, and for a certain symbol in that discard pile, on top of the discard pile is the symbol that you have currently in your basket. There are certain cards that says na you can do this after effect or do this effect if you have this in your basket currently. And all of those, super super good. And I love comboing cards. Little Red, yeah, top tier. And also Huntsman is really really strong. Ranged character siya, but if adjacent yung attack niya against certain characters, it's 6 instead of a 2. So just that, really good. Yeah. Sobrang lakas ni Little Red. Meron pa siyang teleports. Meron din siyang running really far away and then gaining an action. But yun nga, it's just you really have to set up your turn really well. A tip for those playing Little Red, you can actually boost to discard para yun yung top ng discard pile mo or your basket, so you can use that for your combo attack. And also her defense cards. Ito na, sinabi ni Abigail, there's this defense card that give you 3 damage. There's also this defense card that reflects the damage. So, yeah. Little Red top tier for sure. 100%. Unless like kalaban niya is Bigfoot, which faints a lot. That's the weakness of people like Little Red. Yeah. Somebody, John Kenny Rod, what I love about Unmatched is it's very nail-biting game. It's always close game every time. Great game design if you ask me. Me also. Top tier. Actually, I play a lot of free-for-alls na 1v1v1 or 1v1v1v1. And it's always a nail-biter. As in 1 HP each. Ganon. 2 HP each. And then certain combo happens. But yeah. Yeah. My favorite is Little Red. Okay, next I think we're gonna get into Volume 2. let's go into volume 2. Achilles is here, and I think Achilles is a high mid tier. High mid tier, yung power ni Achilles, he has Achilles and Patroclus. Achilles, yung powers niya is basically after Patroclus dies, he has +2 to all his attacks because he is enraged.
Oh,
But he
okay.
has to draw a card every time at the end of his turn, which also drains his life. Kasi yung mechanic niya is if you don't have cards anymore to draw, then you have to get -2. He's high tier kasi he's very medyo trickster si Patroclus na he can swap with Achilles to get the damage instead of Achilles getting the damage, and then deflects damage like that. For him lang not being on high tier, it's because against ranged characters, it's very difficult to be Achilles. That's my thing. He does have that spear throw. If you guys know that, meron siya spear throw which is biglaan na damage. But for me, you really have yung card management lang for him is very difficult. That's it. Kasi you want to get near them, so you want to boost, but since if Patroclus dies, you're already draining your card life basically, so you'll have to end it as soon as Patroclus dies. Parang ganun. Which is very very nice though. Meron din siyang he has one card na Achilles Heel though, which is very dangerous to play, so you'll have to watch for that long. John Kenny Rod says it's also very thematic. Achilles is stronger when his sidekick is dead. Yeah, very thematic. I love how they do Unmatched characters. John Fred says hoping 1v1v1 would be fun. We'll try that once Marvel Unmatched arrives. You know what? Go Friday. I play 1v1v1s a lot. Kasi we're either 3 or like 4 in game nights, and we don't play anything else except Unmatched. Parang 3 hours kami nag-Unmatched with just different characters, different maps. So yeah. You were saying, Dwayne?
Wala. I agree na very thematic, especially with Achilles and Patroclus. Sidekick, wink, wink. Do you know the lore?
I don't know the lore. Sidekick.
Yeah,
Why is it sidekick, wink, wink? Why sidekick, wink, wink?
basta hanapin mo. Well,
Okay. We shall see
Achilles,
that then.
Patroclus. Yep.
Okay, I kind of get it now. Okay, next one is from volume 2, Yanenga. Yanenga honestly is top tier. She's like a buffed Medusa. But with only having 2 sidekicks, but these sidekicks are 2 HP each, and they're ranged, which is kind of stronger than Medusa's 3 with melees. And her power is basically when when Yanenga takes damage, she can deflect it to the sidekicks instead. Except you can't kill them off, but from 2 you can turn them into a 1. So, which is strong. She also has from this set, they started doing that double attacks, which she has the volley shot for, which is really really strong. She can also swap spaces with her archers. So I would say just basically the reasons for Medusa having range and all, Yanenga, if nilalaro nyo siya for like a 1v1v1 or like a 1v1v1v1, then most of the time you'll probably have to gang up on Yanenga first before killing the others, because if you take her one-on-one, it's a very difficult task. Yeah, she's I think the SS tier for the whole Unmatched currently. She's like the top tier. Sabi ni John Kenny Rod, there is lore in the Troy movie. I don't know if I watched it. You know what? I'm gonna search it. Without.
You haven't watched Troy, the movie? Brad Pitt?
Okay, I know it na. Okay, I get it na. Paulo says, "I've only played Unmatched as a 4-player game. Not sure if I'd wanted to play it any other way. The most competitive way to play Unmatched is a 1v1, and then the 2v2. 1v1v1, medyo ano yung mga people kasi they gang up on certain people. But you know what? I think we board gamers are used to like to that mechanic na parang may politics na onte. If this person is winning by a lot, you'll have to kind of king make. But yeah, fun. Okay, next is Sun Wukong. Sun Wukong for me is a high tier. Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. His power is at the start of your turn, you can lose 1 HP to bring out a clone, which is a 1 HP clone, which is considered EU. All of his cards are any cards. Yeah, kasi the clones are basically him. He has the Phoenix form, the Ox form, the Turtle form, which is for healing, attacking, and defending, which are all strong. If he brings out 3 of his clones, medyo mahirap na patayin si Sun Wukong. You'll know the real Sun Wukong, but he has cards where he can swap with his clones. He has cards to deflect. I think that's a golden chain monkey thing. Chainmail, golden chainmail. He can deflect the attacks. He also has certain attacks na it's a 0 for you to play a defense card, and then after that he attacks again with a higher that you'll have to discard a card for. He's really fun to play also, Sun Wukong. Basically, if you guys know Monkey King, if you played like ML Mobile Legends, basically that Sun Wukong you'll see in Unmatched. Very, very, very fun. Yan, sabi ni Paolo, oh wow, that clone mechanic really shifts the dynamic. Wanna try playing as Sun Wukong? Yes, very smart yung mechanic na yun. Although you lose lives, pero I've played Sun Wukong a lot, and I would rather lose a life and get a clone than have high HP. Because you don't have to defend for clones. So basically, he a sandbag for free. John Kennyrod said Sun Wukong heals itself a lot. Same in Mobile Legends. He has regeneration effect. Yes, Phoenix form. So he regens for every clone he has outside currently. So even if you lose an HP for the clone, you can get it back when you play Phoenix form through that. So lakas. Tas he can get his forms back with 72 transformations. I think that's the name of the card. So yeah, really, really fun. Next one. Okay, this one's a hard one for me. But Bloody Mary. Okay,
Bloody Mary.
I'm gonna put her in low mid tier. Yung mechanic ni Bloody Mary, very, very thematic. Her mechanic is, so in Unmatched, you only get 2 actions. Bloody Mary, if she starts her turn with 3 cards, she gets 3 actions. So dagdag actions. And she has a lot of these cards where it says na if you use this card for your 3rd action, instead of a 3 attack, it's an 8 attack. So she really plays on that 3/3. She's low mid tier for me because in Unmatched you really do want cards in your hand. You really want those defensive cards in your hand. That's my thing. At the start of your turn, you want these cards to boost. At the end of your turn, you want these cards to defend. And knowing that power na okay, she takes 3 actions and she does more damage for her 3rd action. As an opponent, you would know she would most probably be using her strong cards in the 3rd action. So that's when you use your feints. So that's when you use your deflects, your reflex. So yeah, that's my issue with Bloody Mary. She does have gain 1 action cards, but yun lang for me. Very thematic. She's very scary also. Her mini is very scary. Also, her cards are very scary. When she's attacking you, it's very scary. But um, I don't think we had a game with Bloody Mary winning yet. Yeah, so that's it. Somebody, John Kenny wrote, I haven't played Bloody Mary yet because there's a lot of characters to choose from. Yeah, fair. I currently have in my lineup, I have 16 here, 4 with my friend, 3. So we have what, 23 characters to choose from. So yeah, it's fair. Next one, I think before our Marvel ones, we have the lonesome Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee for me, I don't know if I should put him in high tier or top tier. High tier for me. High tier.
Oh, why not top tier?
Yeah. So yung power niya is basically after his turn, he can move Bruce Lee. His main gist is basically gaining actions after attacks, getting Jeet Kune Dos, I think that's the term, which does different types of attacks. The problem is with any of these card games, if you don't get your Jeet Kune Dos, then you're kind of then it's pretty hard to do a combo. I think he's in like the border of high tier, in the verge of top tier. But in one turn, here's the thing lang. In one turn, if he gets his Jeet Kune Dos with his get back Jeet Kune Dos, you can really have a like massive attack turn na inuubos mo yung defense cards ng kalaban, which is really, really strong. That's it. But for Bruce Lee kasi, if he gets trapped in a corner, if it's your turn, it's a good thing because you get to whoop everyone near you. But if it's not your turn, it's very difficult because your defensive cards are not the best, but your attack cards are really, really strong. Yeah. And here you go. John Fred said he suffers from feint and cancel combo enemies. True. Kasi he won't get the Jeet Kune Dos back. And then masisira yung buong combo, you know. So yeah. But still high tier if it's done well. If it's not Bigfoot you're against, you're probably in the clear. Most of the time. John Kenny Rod said Bruce Lee has possible only actions, but his weakness is to be against a hero with lots of sidekicks. Yes. Or the Raptors, which we'll be talking about now. The Raptors for me, I'm sorry, Raptors, but that's low mid tier for me. Mid tier because they're really strong as a pack. But once one is dead, he turns into a weak character. Just because the reason yung power ng Raptors is for every other Raptor that your opponent is against that you attack, there's +1 attack. Very close siya to Bruce Lee because they do get a lot of gain actions and stuff. But if your opponent is kind of smart, focus fire on one Raptor, it dies, then you're pretty clear with being trapped against like three Raptors. So yeah, that's it. But pag meron din silang cards na gain 1 action to attack, gain 1 action to attack, gain 1 action, attack, then gain 1 action, really strong. Though your defensive, like Bruce Lee, your defense is very hit or miss. Depende sa ano. So if you're playing against like someone like Sun Wukong, you're playing against someone like Bigfoot actually killing everyone, or if you're playing with someone like Sinbad or Invisible Man who can really get out of harm's way, Raptors is very difficult. Yeah. Ooh. This is fun.
I just realized another possible like we can go deep into Filipino mythology, and like we have a lot of Philippine heroes, not just like the Darnas and parang like I'm from Bicol. We have the epic of Ibalong, and we have heroes there.
Mm-hmm.
Tapos I know every region they have different heroes from their epics. Tas parang it would be amazing to have like Unmatched based on Filipino mythology, right?
Yeah. I mean, they're really open to these things. So if any of you are creative, or if you want to make a character, we can submit it to the creators. They do have competitions. I think you they're really nice because they had a competition. They said they're just gonna choose two, so they're releasing Houdini and Genie. But there are sets coming in, 10 fan made decks. 10.
Wow.
Kasi they can't choose. Kasi sobrang galing daw ng mga creators. So
And
if you guys wanna be like if you wanna get a character into a game, I think this one's the way. Yeah.
yeah, and it's nice that we have Sun Wukong, Yinogu, uh,
Mm-hmm.
mythological characters that are not the typical Norse or Greek mythology. So parang it's also a point of education. Na parang,
Yep.
we get to discover these characters. As if you love them, you'll get into the mythos of
Mm-hmm.
it. So parang
Yeah.
very, very interesting.
Yeah. John Kenny Rod says, "Will GL have upcoming Raptor set? I need it. The T-Rex one or the Raptor set?" I think we're checking the list to now where we can get. I'm also telling them to get. I've been really
So
enthusiastic about it.
we support Unmatched, especially that Willo is heavily invested in it. Pero yes, we do have the GL request form. And just go into the website, visit GL Game Requests, type in the games that you want, that you need, and product purchasing almost every day looks at it, tries to get the games, and more we're getting the newest, the hottest, the games that you really want. We have it.
Yeah.
We have it talaga.
John Fred says, "Just wondering how high is Unmatched in your favorite games, Willow? You seem really enthusiastic about it." I like games that are easy to teach, and I like games that are relatable. So this being very relatable sa mga friends ko because we play a lot of video games. This is a game that they request every time, and since your group is enthusiastic about it, as the board game guy in the group, I will not be not enthusiastic about it. But ranking this, it's currently one of my favorite games. I would say in the top threes. I don't know if it's beating Viticulture right now. There's a mood for both games, honestly. If I want to play a Euro, I would play Viticulture. If I want to play something like this, a fighting game, a direct conflict game, I would play Unmatched. Yeah. Okay, so we have a couple more left. Robert Muldoon is from the Raptor set. I'm gonna put him in mid tier. He's really strong with his traps until he doesn't have the traps anymore. He has a finite number. He has 8 traps where at the start of his turn he can put them anywhere in his zone without any character. If a opposing character touches or lands there, movement is stopped, gets 1 damage, and then Robert Muldoon gets a card. High mid tier siya sa akin for me because actually he's one of the high mid tiers. I think higher than Dracula. Because both of them, him and the engine workers, are both ranged, and they do have high damage, and they can pass. They have cards that pass through opponents, which is a main mechanic in Unmatched, which is really strong. And then they can really run away and set up a firing line, I would say. So very very strong sila. Tapos he has this one card na he brings all of his engine back. So even if they die, they get back. So he's in high mid tier for me. Yeah. Sabi ni John Fred Wu, so it's at par with viticulture for you. I mean, for games like this, how can you not be enthusiastic na all of these characters, really good mechanics, very balanced. So yeah, if I could make a Papa and Mama tier list, I would, but it's not very.
Papa and Mama tier list.
I love video games,
Summer
John Fred, and this
visitor.
this one translates really well. So yes, this is almost at par with viticulture. It might be at par. Yeah.
Well, we can come up with another type of show so that we can showcase viticulture.
Mama and Papa.
Tier list, not Mama and Papa tier list, or Summer and Winter visitors tier list.
Yeah, actually, that's nice also. John Kenny-Rod said, I'm afraid Unmatched will be replacing my Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG. Well, it's cost effective. Yeah, that's also the reason why I've gotten into this. I did want to get into MTG, Duane. I did want to get into all of these fighting 1v1 card games. But this one kasi, it's not a random card thing. It's a medyo knowledge ano siya. Like if you're playing Dota or like ML, you know, okay, this character can do this. My character can do this. So how can I play it well that I can beat this character? And I enjoy that. So
I mean, if it depends on what are you looking for in these card games. Parang if you like the deck building aspect of it, trying to find the combos, maybe Unmatched is not for you because you already have a set deck. So parang that is where the Pokemon TCG, MTG, Yu-Gi-Oh comes in. But if you like the fighting aspect and you already have a set deck and you just want to play games with your friends and your buddies, Unmatched is perfect for you.
yeah, no. Sabi ni Paolo, yes, I adore that there's zero gacha aspects involved with Unmatched. And also involve yung community with the creation of the characters, the maps even. So yeah, no more card chasing. That's one thing I don't. That's not my thing. Not my thing. Card chasing. Budget is limited. Sabi ni Michael, Tapestry Civ tier list naman next time. Or Scythe tier list. Ano, si Duane can do all these pala. Yeah. Medyo mas
Tapestry
hype
tier
lang.
list.
Yeah, we can.
But
again,
Tapestry tier list is like, oh no, there's like there's an errata.
Yeah, true. I remember that. But yeah, if you guys don't know how to play Unmatched or you want to play Unmatched and you want to play Unmatched with me, we're going to be playing on Friday lunchtime onwards until closing. We'll be there. You can also bring board games. This is going to be an alter ego Shangri-La. I'll set up some tables and then we'll see you guys then. Yun yung GLive game night natin this Friday. So if you guys can drop by, please do. If not, then we'll find a way to stream it so you guys can see us playing. Okay, next.
Yeah. That's one thing that we're trying to move towards, like more actual face-to-face GLive game nights. So maybe we'll see more of these in the future. Actually, also shout out to Mark Ellis. He's also running game day in BGC, game night in BGC. So if you're stuck in traffic in BGC and you want to let the traffic pass first, message us or message Mark here in GLive Game Night community. We can hook you up and play board games, hang out, and just let the traffic pass so that you can have fun and not wait, not sit in traffic. Who else? Mondays in BF Homes, I believe it's with Alvin. So if you're from the south, there's also many groups forming up. We can start like having a list of games, game groups, game nights. Mandaluyong soon, my home turf. Yeah.
Okay, I think we have the Marvel set left, so we're gonna get into it. Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider's power is having Hellfire, 5 max Hellfire, and he gets this a lot. He has certain powers to do it. I'm gonna have to put him in high mid tier list. Medyo nasa front, and what his main gist is, he can move a lot in the map, and he can use one Hellfire in maneuvers. When he moves through certain characters, those characters get 1 damage. So clearing minions using GR is very easy. So the only nerf, this is the real life nerf that I was talking about a while ago. You can't boost GR anymore when you spend 1 Hellfire. So straight up 4 lang yun. Just so you guys know, that's what they said. I've seen it in the Discord. I don't know how they're gonna really officially say it, or how they're gonna know. I've just seen it in Discord. Dev yung nagsabi. So yeah. Kasi there's this cheese that Ghost Rider does, which is spend the Hellfire to gain 4 movement, and then boosts it to get like 10 movement, or like sabi mo ng 8, and then he's just gonna go running around. Tas undeflectable 1 damage to everyone that he passes through, which is makes sense. Na they had to nerf it that way. He's still high mid tier list kasi nga just having that option of damaging 1 undeflectable 1 damage if you're near a person is very strong. Just so you know, attacking, even if may mga 6 na damage, certain people have 5 defense, 7 defense. So getting 1 or 2 into the damaging your opponent is really strong. So yeah, he's also way unfortunately way better than Beowulf. I just have to say, kasi Beowulf, you need to get minus health to get the rage. GR just gets it with his card effects without damage. So unfortunate. That's my outlook lang. I know there are really good Beowulf players there, but yeah, there you go. Somebody, John Kenny Rod, I heard there's new Sorcerer's Arena by Up Games, which have the same tactical and card gameplay like Unmatched. Ooh, I've seen this one also. We've checked it out in Player Pass, I think. With Disney characters. Yeah.
Disney characters.
Pero hindi siya miniatures. And the board is a hexagonal map, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. One of the best things in Unmatched kasi is honestly the maps. The line of sight mechanic. Sabi ni Paolo, how was the Ghost Rider nerfed and was the errata updated in the app? Oh, there you go. Okay. So high mid tier list. Next one is Moon Knight. Moon Knight is high mid tier list for me also. Moon Knight, if you've watched Moon Knight, Duane, or you at least you know Moon Knight, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Moon Knight is a very, very interesting mechanic. Moon Knight starts with Moon Knight. Moon Knight has a 2 movement before when he starts his turn, he can move. At the end of his turn, he turns into Khonshu. Khonshu has +2 attack in all of his attacks, and he can't be damaged with card effects, only combat damage. When his turn ends, he turns into Mr. Knight, which Mr. Knight gets +1 defense every time. And you'll have to go through that the whole time. So after Mr. Knight, you're gonna go to Moon Knight, and then after your turn as Moon Knight, you'll have to. It's a very timing based character, but I just discovered how to play him recently, honestly, and he has effects. Effects ni Moon Knight is after attacking, you get damaged and your opponents get damaged, like 2 or 3. But I know it sounds detrimental, but remember, when you're Khonshu, you don't get damaged by card effects. So you play these cards when you're Khonshu. So the only opponent gets damaged, which is very smart. Medyo nasa high mid tier list siya. He's not in high because he's very difficult to play. That's basically it. The timing there is very hard, but really fun to play if you enjoy rondel games. Actually, you'll enjoy Moon Knight. Yeah. There you go. And last from the Marvel is Luke Cage. Luke Cage, I would say
Luke Cage. How do you gauge Luke Cage?
you know what? I'll put him in top tier. Top tier si Luke Cage. His power is for every damage you get, it's -2. That alone as a power is very strong. Kasi nga, like I said a while ago, sometimes you do want to get you it's hard to get 1 or 2 damage into Luke Cage, into a your opponent, and Luke Cage just deflects it basically. You know what?
Yeah, because his skin is
High tier list na lang. High tier list.
ah,
I
they
I
changed.
remember me not having enough attack cards as Luke Cage. Yeah.
He
Yeah,
changed his gauge for Luke Cage.
yeah, and it's only combat damage that he doesn't if I can remember correctly. So he's still there. Really high tier list in the tier list. Just the -2 damage that he takes. And he has his minion Misty Knight, which basically does a ton of damage also. Ranged din siya. So yeah. Whew. Sabi ni Paulo needs random bullshit code. Was this for Moon Knight? Yeah, that's basically it. John Fred said, check Sorcerer's Arena review by Foster the Meeple channel. It really is like Unmatched. My concern is it seems very simple or light so far. I hope some character expansions make it heavier para okay din siya as a tactical game.
Or maybe yun yung maybe their target market is more of
Yes,
like
yeah,
the
lighter
Disney fans, so parang younger-ish. It makes sense that it will be lighter.
Sean, GR, this Ghost Rider top tier always gets politics. Yeah. So Sean is one of the people I play with. He plays Ghost Rider and he's never won. We get annoyed with Ghost Rider. No, never won as Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider is annoying na if he is within range, promise you'll want to kill him. So he gets politics a lot. But yeah. The rest, these are Buffy sets. And the Hell's Kitchen sets. Unfortunately, I have not played these, so I shall not be putting them into the tier list. But just so you guys know, the Buffy set is almost all in bottom tier. Don't take me for that. It's all said in the forums. That's the one reason that I'm not getting it also, unfortunately.
What?
Yeah.
What?
It's very sad. It's very sad though na ganun yung nangyari. But I don't know why it's like that. And then Hell's Kitchen, I have not played it. People are saying that Bullseye is really strong without zone range. You know what? Let's make a Buffy tier. I'm gonna put all the Buffies in the Buffy tier. You're right, John Fred. There's the Buffy.
The disrespect.
No, it's not low. It's not low. It's just Buffy. Buffy tier list. Yan.
The Buffy tier.
But I can tell you their powers. I have not played them, so I can't say. So yung kay Bullseye is his range attacks are 5 away. The zone doesn't matter, which is really strong. And he has cards na automatic damage, which is really cool. Next is Daredevil. Daredevil has only 22 cards in his deck. Parang different from everyone else who has like 30. Yung 22 cards na yun, he gets to get back certain cards to do certain combos, which is good. But then if your opponents keep running away, medyo mahirap siya i-play through because you have less cards to play with. And then Elektra sounds really strong. I have not played it, but Elektra gets resurrected as a stronger character, which makes sense. So I think she starts with 7 health. When she dies, she turns into a 9 health, and then yung powers niya in cards are way stronger than before. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. But this is right. John Kenny Rod said the Buffy map is top tier though. Yes, that's what I heard. That's why I'm also debating on getting it just for the map. But let's see what happens. Sabi ni John Kenny Rod also, Buffy set is made for 2v2. Willow has resurrection effects. I mean, I like that. So I might push to get it just because maubos na yung IP niya. Maybe. And Paula says Soul Sorcerer's Arena is basically like the card equivalent of button mashing in a fighting game, or it's like Super Smash Bros. To unmatch Injustice. I mean, you know what? We should try it. We should try it for to have a an opinion. We have to try it. I think that's the no.
Yes.
Yeah.
We need to have an informed opinion. And
Yeah.
again, we're not saying a game is good or bad or a specific character is good or bad. Sometimes they specifically make characters like or games to address a certain target market.
Yeah.
So that yeah.
Sabi ni Paolo, I hope there's a Dark Willow mode at least. I think that's the resurrected version of Willow. I should get it just because it's Willow, no? Yeah, vote.
Yeah, of course.
Right? I
Yes.
should get it.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
John
You
Fred
should.
said, Bullseye seems strong then. 5 range feels like the whole map. The Marvel stuffs are for top and high tier. Yes, that's what's currently happening, honestly. But, meron pa rin naman counter picks for the unmatched characters, which is nice. Because I remember playing the Marvel characters na first, and like remember Robert Muldoon's power is the traps. Very counter pick for Ghost Rider. Because Ghost Rider can't move through the traps. He can move through opponents, not through taps. For people like si Luke Cage naman, like yung mga Sherlock Holmes counter punches are counters to that. So really cool. Yeah. Abigail says hoping to get a Tim Burton expansion din, lols. I wish they would
Tim
do more.
Burton.
Honestly, for those Unmatched fans out there, I'm trying to print cards. I will share with you once na print ko na yung cards and maganda daw yung pag-print ng cards. I shall share the person who printed the cards for me with you guys, and then there are really good fan-made decks. Really, 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 really good. You can try those. You can check that in unmatched.cards. And then choose may Mandalorian doon, may John Wick, may Kirby. So if you're a fan of those, try those. Yeah. John Kenny Rod says, because I love Unmatched so much, I'm thinking diving into Funkoverse as well. John, if you want to try Funkoverse, I do have a couple. If you're going on Friday, I can bring them if you do want to play. You can try those. I do have Rick and Morty, DC, and the Jurassic Park sets. Yeah. Sabi ni John Fred, buy ka na Sorcerer's Arena Willow palaro. Want to try Stitch? I mean, yeah, why not? If meron naman, we can try it. Paolo says Beetlejuice should basically play like Bloody Mary but with a wide range of feints too. Yeah. Sabi ni Michael Nataranta, mga Unmatched fans nang mabili ng Funko ang Mondo games. Yeah, but they did clarify this, that Restoration games will be keeping Unmatched. It's not sold to it's not part of their deal sa Mondo games. So it's still its own thing. I was saying na it's a plus and a negative. The goods are more IPs can be put in. The bad thing lang, the game might change because of Funkoverse. But they said they cleared it up in Twitter. I checked it. I researched it kasi nga affected ako. Sabi ni Abigail, tapos nagkaroon si Unmatched ng Deluxe Collector's Upgrade Unmatched Unlimited. You know what? If they sell the whole thing with better figures and better maps, I'm getting it. I'm up for it. Okay, but I think that's it for tonight. Yan yung tier list. I shall post this in GLive. Let us know if you guys let's comment there if you disagree or agree with these characters. But I think nandyan yan. Maybe you can put up or down a couple of characters, but yeah, yan na yan.
Get in the comments. Say Willow is wrong. But yeah, looks amazing. Excited to try also to play Unmatched this Friday, right, Willow? Where are we playing?
We're playing in Alter Ego Shangri-La. We'll set up some tables. I'm gonna ask permission also. Basta, we'll set up the tables, we'll play games. If you want to play other games, you may bring your games also. I'll be bringing the whole Unmatched set. If you guys want to play a Funkoverse or anything like that, please do bring them. This is gonna start around lunchtime. I'll be there. I'll post in the GLive game night post when I'll be there. and then you guys can follow. We'll play until closing time if that's fine with you guys. Yeah, we'll be there that time. There you go. Sabi ni John Fred, I mean, meron Kickstarter, deluxe storage. It's expensive, but God, it's beautiful. You know, it's expensive. That's why I went for these. And what I like about these instead of the other ones is I get to add more. And also, it fits really well.
Customizable.
Yeah,
Yeah, if it works, it works.
they fit really well. Just so you know, this is 800 pesos compared to like the 8,000 pesos na game found. If we're gonna get I mean, if it works, it works for me. Look at that. Everything is inside. Tapos they get to see what I don't like about the game found one is I can't read what's the character's power is. That's why I like doing this here. But at least they can read it na.
And you can even decorate it because it's clear boxes na parang you can put like labels, you can put art.
Yep. Woo! Sabi ni Paulo plus Peter figure sana. I mean, too expensive. Expensive na. John Canirod says there hope there's a 8-player map. There is actually. I'm also printing currently a custom maps. John Canirod, I think you're part of the Unmatched community Facebook group. Si Keith Hood, I bought some maps from him. So I'm printing it as we're right now. Yeah. Where did you get it? I got it from Shopee. I can send you guys the link. I'll post it on the GLive Game Night post. So please do join that if you want. I'll also post this one on GLive Game Night. But that was fun. I think that's it for tonight, right, Duane? Sorry. Madaldal ako dun sa Unmatched. I mean, nabawi ko yung 30 minutes kong stream last Monday. So, yeah,
I mean,
there you go.
You're the expert in this. I'm just like, yes, I agree. I totally agree. But that is not it for tonight because we do have a surprise.
What? Hold up. let me get it. Go ahead.
So,
you can
for
say
the people who are still with us watching tonight, thank you for staying. And because you have stayed the whole night, we do have a surprise for you. And it is here. Well, we have a couple of announcements. First is, I'll just reiterate some of the announcements Willo mentioned last Monday. We do have the Father's Day sale ongoing right now. So if you're a dad, you can give yourself a gift. Or if you want to get your dad into board gaming, buy them a board game so that you can play with the whole family. Even if you're not a dad, you can buy games. So just hop on to gaminglive.com and then click the Father's Day collection. You can see amazing games on sale right now. Just use the code Happy Father's Day and you'll receive 11% discount on all of the games in here. Next is All Aboard XP will be on on 25 and 26. That's next weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Again, we're back in 1 Bonifacio High Street. Join us because we have a new thing cooking up. It starts with a quiz and ends with a night. A quiz.
Kala ko mag-Q and ka man lang, hindi. It's quiz night.
Yeah, we're gonna do a quiz night. We are still tinkering with the rules, but we do have a special quiz master that will be joining us for that. Oh yeah. So this is legit and very exciting. Plus, we do have all of the fun things that you can do in All Aboard. Play board games, paint miniatures, play D&D, hang out with your friends, do quests, all of that fun stuff you can do next week. And then lastly, are you ready with it? Yeah. So,
I think so.
I mean, when it rains...
Wait lang. Let's read chat first. Sabi ni Abigail, wallet ko ba yung masusurprise? Michael says talagang ramdam ko yung enthusiasm ni Willow. I mean, please do play with me. John Fred says all aboard for June. Yes, June 25 and 26.
Yes.
And John Kenrod said, saan may competitive scene ng Unmatched sa Pinas? You know what? We'll start it with game nights. Then let's try to turn it into tournaments. If you could join me, John, and you do love Unmatched also, please join us on Friday. And then we'll talk about it. Let's try to make a tournament very, very soon. Maybe mahabol natin for all aboard yung tournament. Let's see. But there, I think I'm ready for the next surprise. Go ahead, Duane.
If you're ready, yes. So, Willow have been talking about Unmatched for the longest time, but I think this game that will be dropping will
Babalik.
finally, magbabalik yung kanyang puso
Muli
sa original first love.
ibalik.
Yes, so we do have a supply drop.
There you go. Yan.
So it's the
Woo!
Viticulture World supply drop
They're
featuring none
here.
other than
Wow.
Viticulture World, the cooperative expansion from
Nice.
Stonemaier Games. And
Nice.
so Viticulture World is here. If you have pre-ordered this, you will be receiving your copy within the week. If you have not pre-ordered and you're a big fan of Viticulture, this is your chance to get your copies now.
Nice.
We also have a couple of amazing games and metal coins. Actually, a lot of metal coins. A lot metal coins.
So we do have restocks of Kemet, Blood and Sand from Matago. Planet Unknown is already here. Nice. Grabe for those fans who like space themed games. Spyfall 2, 10 Penny Parks is also here. For those who pre-ordered or did a sign-ups, I think may meron din na for them.
Yep.
Role Player is restocked also here. Canopy from Weird City Games, Clinic Deluxe Edition, and for the D&D board game fans, meron din tayo ditong a bunch of them. There you go. So Dungeons and Dragons, Tomb of Annihilation. I shouldn't have read everything. Ghost of Saltmarsh and Waterdeep.
Dungeons of the Mad Mage.
And then more stuff. Rescuing Robin Hood. This one's a cute one. You should check this out from Castillo Games. You make the Merryman basically, and then
it's a cooperative
yeah, very cute. Finally, Deception Murder in Hong Kong is here. With its expansion, Gloomhaven, Jaws of the Lion, and the removal of sticker set. Dune Imperium Upgrade Pack, and the Rise of Ix is also here. DC deck building, Viticulture Rhine Valley, a really good expansion for Viticulture. Scythe board extension and a bunch of metal coins. Wow! So Viticulture metal coins, Scythe metal coins, Pax Viking metal coins, West Kingdom metal coins, Robin Hood and Merryman metal coins, and Rise to Nobility metal coins. What's your favorite from these metal coins, Duane? Just curious.
From there, Scythe metal coins. Lalayo pa ba tayo?
That's nakapag. I like the Pax Viking. This one's really cool. I've seen this in person. Yeah. There you go.
I mean, the great thing about metal coins is you can use it in the original game. For example, the Scythe metal coins, you can use it in Scythe, but you can definitely use it in other games that uses coins or currency. For example, Power Grid. Power Grid uses paper money, I believe.
Yeah.
So you can substitute the money with coins.
Yeah. There you go. So a bunch of games from the Viticulture World supply drop. Highlights from this, Duane, maybe you can say like one or two that you really like.
One or two that I really like. Gloomhaven, Jaws of the Lion.
Yeah.
We have been waiting for Gloomhaven to drop. Actually, Gloomhaven, the big one, is currently up for pre-order. But if you want like a little taste, but still the same flavor, you can try out Gloomhaven, Jaws of the Lion. Very, very good entry point into the Gloomhaven universe. What else? Of course, D&D board game, super fun. Plus, if you are a D&D player like me, these games have lots of miniatures. You just get the minis and then you can use them. How about you, Willow?
10 Penny Parks is finally here. 10 Penny Parks has sobrang ganda ng reviews and sobrang ganda ng playthroughs that I've watched. And also, I do love me some Deception. So, Deception Seas Files or Deception Murder in Hong Kong. I think we played John Fred nung All Aboard. I really enjoyed the game. So, yeah. Check these out. Viticulture World, available now in gaminglab.com. Hindi na pre-order yung 10 Penny Parks. Even Planet Unknown, you know what? Check these out.
Yeah, and more to come. More to come.
Yeah.
So parang last week we just had Stardew supply drop. Now we have the World supply drop. You know, again, when it rains, it really pours. So grab the game before it runs out. Actually, yung Stardew Valley sold out na. Ubus na, and a lot of people are still asking. So if the games are up for pre-order, please do pre-order. Or because you are the first one, you're watching us right now here at GLive Game Night, you can get first dibs. So parang, ayan, Unmatched.
Meron pa Unmatched.
Unmatched, Battle of Legends Volume 2 and Redemption.
Yeah.
Sleeping Gods, meron pa Libertalia, Korra.
Yeah, really good games actually. Yeah. Let's quickly read chat before we end. Sabi ni John Kenny Rod, I'm from Mindanao. Okay, we'll have an all aboard Mindanao very soon. Michael says, Planet Unknown. Yeah, surprised nga din ako. Abigail is excited for Metal Coins. And sabi ni Michael, ready na ba wallet, Abigail? John Fred says, Deception Murder in Hong Kong, best game. Yeah, it's really, 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 really fun.
It is really good.
Paolo says some of those coins would be great alternative for doubloons for Libertalia Winds of Galecrest. I agree. And having metal coins or like just blinging out the games that you love is So yeah. Is that it for tonight, Duane?
Yeah, it is it for tonight.
There you go. That's it for tonight. Thank you guys for watching me rant about the unmatched characters.
It's not a rant.
For listening. It was really, really opinion. I enjoyed talking a lot. Please do. If you guys want to play, have a game night. It doesn't have to be Unmatched. On Friday, we'll be there in Alter Ego. Duane will be present. And some of our friends will be present. There's a poll currently in GLive Game Night, so I can see lang kung ilan yung expected. Maybe meron surprises doon. So check that out. I'll be posting in GLive Game Night also the tier list. Let's talk about the characters and the fighters there also for those Unmatched fans. Yeah, let's keep the discussion going. But thank you again for listening to us tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you on Friday in Shangri-La, or maybe we'll do a quick live stream also here in Facebook or YouTube. But that's it for tonight. Thank you guys. Have a nice week ahead and the weekend. Peace. Bye.
Bye-bye.